Prison overcrowding.
No one can stop this.
New Mexican Mafia.
I'm above the law.
Well, both of them happened when I was in Steiner, and I'll start with one first, and I'll probably tell you the other one was a hostage situation, and it was the longest hostage situation in Arizona. It's recorded history. But the one I'm going to tell you about was basically, it's to do with Chicanos. There's no other races involved whatsoever. But instead of it just being in one prison, it was actually in all of the prisons in Arizona. It started off in Buckeye, which is a 4, and I was in Towers Red, which is 3, 4 it is, and Towers Blue. It was coordinated that much where it happened. I think it was about 2:10. It was just after chow, and it was on the yard. All the other races knew what was going to go down because we were asked not to go on the yard. We were asked to keep ourselves in. And basically, what it was anyone who was there or anyone would know about this, and anyone within the know would know about this. But basically, it was the new Mexican Mafia taking out the old Mexican Mafia. It was an incident. It was like a statewide thing where we fucking. It was the most scariest thing. All we could see is through the windows because none of us would go out. But literally, there were people who were getting the shanks out. One of the main guys was called Carles Lorez. He was in our dorm, and funny enough, one of the main New Mexican Mafia, his name was, I forgot how to say it in Spanish, but basically in English it transferred to Big Head. It was like Gaviscon or something, but basically it translates to Big Head. Well, anyway, they go on the yard, and you can tell it doesn't take long for them to go. Normally they just go in little groups, but when that happens, the guards at the top, they have a tower, and they have a guard with a gun, and it just went off that quick.
How many people were on the yard?
I'd probably say there was about 50 New Mexican, and I'd probably say there was about 20 of the old Mexican.
Wow,
20 to 30.
So like dozens and dozens of Chicanos.
Dozens and dozens of Chicanos, and the old Mexican Mafia were outnumbered probably about 2 to 1, at least 2 to 1. And not only that, I mean, some of the old Chicano, old Mexican Mafia, did have the shanks they buried, because they all have buried shanks on the yard wherever they go. And then at the night time, the police would go with sniffer dogs and look around for them, but they always make more. I mean, it could be just a piece of wire. You've probably seen it on TV how they make shanks in prison. It could be anything. So they were tooled up and they just went at it, and it was ferocious. It was the old Mexican Mafia got the fucking asses handed
like Braveheart style. They just ran at each other.
Just ran at each other, and there was people who were fucking like running to the gate to get out, and they were getting fucking chased, and they were getting fucking shanked as they were getting chased. One of them got fucking stabbed in the fucking neck it was like with a piece of fucking wire, and they were like clawing at the gates to get out, and the fucking guards wouldn't let them fucking out. They were shooting fucking pellets at them, like rubber bullets out the fucking guns. And then it probably lasted about 30 fucking minutes. It's the longest it normally fucking lasts, and it was just like a fucking bloodbath. All you're seeing then, they sent the heavy squad in, the fucking armed guards in, and all you're seeing was the first thing they do, they make you drop on the dirt. They're all dropped on the fucking dirt, and like some aren't getting back up. I mean, there must have been fucking God knows what happened. I'm glad that I wasn't on the yard. I'm glad that I was indoors, because it looked fucking. It was like a massacre. There's one guy, one of the older guys who was telling you about Carlos. He was trying to fucking get to the gate, and fucking. There's a guard right at the gate there with fucking keys, but he wouldn't fucking let him out. He just, about 3 or 4 of the young ones just got on him, and they were just fucking stabbing him and shanking him and booting him and fucking smashing his head. And like the others, they just got fucking, they were way outnumbered. And to this day, I don't know why the old Mexican mafia did not know it was going to happen, because everyone else fucking did. They must have thought something was going on when there was no other bastard race on the yard. But anyway, it happened and they got massacred. Now, in Buckeye, it went the other way around, where the old Mexican mafia got better than the new Mexican mafia. But it was, at the time, I'd say it was at 05. It was like an Arizona state thing, and it didn't just happen in my prison. It happened roughly the same time in all the prisons, and all the yards got locked down. We were locked down for a fucking month. There was no visit privileges, there was no nothing for a month, and all the Mexicans like who were involved, the next day the police were there, and they go, where you go for visits, or where you go to see the chaplain. Oh, by the way, there's one thing, it's another thing, but whenever you get a message saying a chaplain wants to see you, there's only one thing, it's a death in the family. I got one once and I thought, oh, I've got a fucking job at the chaplain's, it's a cushy number that, and it wasn't, it was my Uncle Bob had died. That's the only time he wants to see you, just to tell you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, and they had us all lined up there, and I thought, what the fuck have they got us there for? And it was police, and they were doing street charges, and they were asking us, do we know anything? But we didn't know anything because we were inside. And even if we did know who was what and what was what, we're not going to fucking say fuck all anyway.
Yeah.
But people got street charged on that. But that was probably the most horrific riot I've ever fucking seen.
The second one,
The
where the old Mexican mafia got ahead of the new Mexican mafia.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that.
You didn't see that? Okay.
No, that was on a different yard.
Okay.
It happened at 2:10, roughly, on all of the yards.
Yeah.
So it was like it was that.
Just went off everywhere.
It went off everywhere.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And I only seen through the window what I seen on Steiner.
Yeah.
We heard that, you know, on different yards, the old Mexican got better than the new. But basically, it was a takeover. The new Mexican were fucking bullying up to the old Mexicans, and it happens, you know. That's how it happens. A lot of the time, it would have never happened like that. They would have respected, but at the time, the old Mexican mafia had a lot more different values than the new. I mean, they wouldn't believe in dealing smack and stuff like that. The new Mexican mafia thought, fuck it, where you can make £1 or $1 you can make it, and that's where the differences come in. And they took over. That's the worst one I've seen. Yeah, that's about it really on that one. The other really bad thing I've seen, and I only seen it on the TV, but I knew it was happening, was we were all sat there, and it was like, someone said, hey, turn the fucking news on. I think it was CNN News, and it was like fucking, we were in Towers there, and round the corner from us was Buckeye. A couple of prisoners had took a Towers hostage, an actual like tower hostage, and they had the guard up there, and it showed you on TV, it showed you these prisoners, and they've got hold of the guard, and they've got something in his fucking neck like that. Police helicopters are there, the news is there, and we didn't get to see anything more than that for 7 days, because the fucking governor, the twat, he decided to have, it's called a blackout, where we couldn't watch our TVs. We couldn't watch our TVs and we couldn't see what's going on. So, I mean, we had no clue what was going on. But basically, I mean, it was well, if you ever go on YouTube, have a look at it, and I'm pretty sure it was the longest hostage situation.
Longest hostage situation in US prison history, and I think the guys were lifers, and they were looking to try and get moved out of state.
That's correct.
So they thought, if we snatch some guards, get in the gun tower, take over, and we could try and negotiate to get moved out of state. And I think they told them in the end that they would move out of state, but they didn't. They just put them in Supermax and added more life sentences onto the life sentences. One of the guards, the female guard, was repeatedly raped as well.
They were getting pizza delivered to them as well, by the way.
Yeah.
They had requests out. I think it was that stupid they wanted a helicopter, but they were having pizzas. It went on for like 10 fucking days.
I think it was longer than that.
Was
it?
it?
Like 20 something.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, and I think the female guard who was repeatedly raped, she actually came back to work after it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Much respect to her.
Yeah. Because I was in the maximum security Madison Street jail. I think it was like my second year or going into the third year of fighting my case, and even the county jail was locked down, even though this was ADOC, Arizona Department of Corrections business. It was considered like a security threat to the whole institution, the whole penal system in Arizona, and all of the prisons and even the county jails were locked down for it. It was on CNN and everything, wasn't it? They were showing it.
It was literally about where I was, Steiner. It's in Buckeye. It was the actual thing was in Buckeye, but it was in Buckeye prison. It was literally about 3 miles away from where I was. But we got to see it for the first few hours, and then they literally fucking unplugged our TVs. We couldn't watch no fucking TV or no nothing. They blacked us out. We got no news coverage. All visitors were cancelled.
Did they stop serving you food and stuff?
They stopped serving us food. They'd come round with fucking plastic styrofoam trays, and they were everyone was kicking off about that, because when you go to the chow hall, you get a hot meal, and then when they give you these styrofoam forms, trays, they intend to be hot, but by the time they fucking get to you, they're not fucking hot, and you don't get as much in them either. So it was just like you'd had to live on your store. We did manage to get store, but we were basically no exercise, no nothing, no fucking anything, just locked down, not even no bastard TV, and it caused problems too, because a lot of people got hostile on that, because a lot of people were fucking saying, oh fucking hell, because there were white people what did it, and a lot of other races were saying, well, if this didn't happen, I'd have got my visit, and if I'd have got my visit, I'd have got my feather and my money, and if I'd have got my feather, I could have got my dope, and fucking people get mad when they don't get the dope in the prison. They get fucking very angry.
Yeah, now I think about it more, because I remember Googling it, that it might have actually been they were trying to escape in the beginning and then they couldn't escape, so then they tried to negotiate to get moved out of state. And I think they might have got moved out of state on this one, but other people then did hostage situations, also trying to get moved out of state.
I'm pretty sure.
They wouldn't let them get moved out of state.
Didn't they get to Oklahoma?
Yeah, that's it. They did. They got moved out of state, but then there was more people tried to do that, and they were like, all right, yeah, we'll give you out of state, and then they just moved them over to Supermax.
They should have never raped the girl guard, really. That was wrong. I don't mind what they do to them, but they shouldn't have raped her. Fuck that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, any sex offences like that,
yeah,
that's just
scum.
Yeah. Appreciate your comments, feedback, likes, whatever. Send more messages to Wildman, questions to Wildman, and we'll keep pulling these videos out and answering all your stuff.
And the story I just told you, Google it. It's not just coming out of my head. It's actually, you'll find it on Google.
I'll put a link in the description box below this video to articles about the longest hostage crisis in US prison history. Any comments you have, good or bad, positive or negative? I personally don't give a fuck. Shaun likes the positive ones, but I couldn't give a damn.